Hey, hi Maurice. I'm sending PayPal payment for a reading. Alright, no problem. Oi. Alright, so I'll send for two for yesterday. Okay. No problem. Alright. Let's see. Mama says at work. I just need her questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her down anyway. Alright. Hi Jara, what's up? I haven't seen you in a long time. Also, let's see. Hey Gabby. Hello, hello. How are you? I'm good. How about yourself? Maurice, I sent it. All right, Maurice, go ahead. Put down your questions. Oh, sorry, you guys, if I seem or sound a little groggy. Today's just been a bit slow and sleepy. I'm gonna send payment for two questions. No problem. Let's see here. Here's what I do need to do. Um, okay, so. Let's see. All right. Okay, make sure. Let's see that. Okay. Cool. All right. Gabby, you'll be after Maurice. Whew. Okay, no, that's no, no, no. There we go. Okay, I'm having financial issues now. I have so many bills. What do the cards see happening for my finances? Will I be able to pay these bills off? It's a nightmare. Understandable with that. It's probably like getting to that awkward spot in the year. Um, Somewhat akin to like February, where there's like less days in the month. But I think it's like 31 days this month. I don't know. I just go by the fucking calendar. But let's see. Let's see. Let me see this. My guys' ancestors are looked at me. So will Maurice be able to pay these bills off? Will he? For please, 2, 3. All right, 6 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. If you're able to manage things correctly and set money aside, then yes, Yeah, the moon might seem like a nightmare right now. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you'll be able to get it under control. I see that happening, like having stability back. Um, Four of Wands can also talk about entertainment to a certain extent. So, whatever you usually spend money on, that like for entertainment, like whether that's like going out to the movies or video games, if you play anything or like that, you might have to not do for a while. But I do see you getting it under control. Maybe, and then with the moon card here, I wonder if this is stuff that's like, I don't know, been kind of like you've been thinking about for a while, but you brush it off. I don't know. It's about the moon. 2, 3. Justice. My justice here. 2, 3. Five of Pentacles. Getting things straightened out might feel a bit unfair, but I do see you getting it. I do see you getting it under control. By what? Let's see here. By what zodiac sign season will you be able to pay all the bills off? What zodiac sign season? One card, 2, 3. The Chariot. Relatively soon. It is Cancer season. So in the next maybe like 2 weeks or so. Any other time else? If not, 2 cards. Whatever zodiac sign seasons, 2 cards over the top, 2, 3. The Fool, so that's Aries. And then High Priestess is Pisces, but sometimes this is Virgo and sometimes this is Aquarius. So it really would depend on what they are. Because this all starts, like these 2 seasons start next year. Oh, whatnot. So it really depends on what they are too. Now mind you, sometimes High Priestess can be Virgo. So that would talk about like in the next 2 months or so. Or whatnot. So again, it could be relatively soon, but that all depends on like how you do it, or if you decide to space things out. And how many weeks will he be able to get this under control? How many weeks? 1 card, 2, 3. 1. It says 1 here. Like I said, it depends on how you go about it. This is also Scorpio here. How many months? 1 card. If not, how many months? If not, 1 card, 2, 3. And the Devil, 15, 6. Could take up to 6 months, which would explain maybe the High Priestess card. So I would say it could happen relatively soon to maybe the beginning of next year, depending on what the bills are, how much they are, of course. But I do see you getting it under control, so that's the good thing. Because of this, let's see here. Let me do another spread. And I would say, will you do mine on the last or the live? Let me see if you... Okay, here. Yeah, I'll do them on here. I just needed you to just put them down because I'm just doing this off my phone, so I can't reply unless I want this to shut off. But I can do it on here if you want. Let's see here. You guys, the ancestors all over typing. Let's see. Right, what will be happening to his finances due to all of this? What will be happening to his finances in the meantime? Please, 2, 3. Let's see. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and 5 of Pentacles. So here's what's going to happen. Not to say that like you'll be completely empty-handed for like a long time. Things may get a bit stressful due to you having to like, you know, pay things off because Page of Pentacles is here, like, and then you have your Ace of Pentacles. So again, it depends on like how much everything else. Like Page of Pentacles can be a small amount and Ace of Pentacles can be like a large amount. 2 of Pentacles is having to juggle things, and then 5 of Pentacles is sometimes coming up short here. So it's like for a while, things might be a bit of a struggle, but still with this 2 of Pentacles, this is you getting things in balance eventually. Yeah, the Chariot, the Fool, High Priestess. High Priestess is letting me know that there's another thing to look for. Like, especially like when you do get things under control and you're just like, oh, I'm free with the High Priestess. That does talk about using your intuition. So when it comes to whatever you're paying for, make sure that like there's no like hidden fee. Like if there's like a late fee and whatnot, make sure you also pay that off. Make sure that like you look over your bank statements and see like if there's anything else taking money out for whatever reason that shouldn't be there or that you have to pay back or whatnot. Any subscriptions or anything else that you just kind of like forgot about. You're like, oh shit, I gotta pay that. So I see that maybe for some time it's a little bit of a struggle, but you do get things under control. And it can be quick or it can take a long time depending on, again, how much you gotta pay back, and how much you got right now, like how much you can afford to really pay off if you want. So that's what I get there. But the good thing is, again, you will get this taken care of. So that's good. It's not like you're going to be like drowning. Hey, Chris. But that's what I see. What's your second? Also, give me a second because oh no, I hit myself. All right. So Chris, you'll be after Gabby. Last question is my current job outlook. Okay. Are you sure that's like your last one? Because you paid for 5. I'm just saying. Like, are you sure? It's my current job outlook. All right, well, let's see. It's my guy's ancestors technique. When it comes to Maurice's, like his current job outlook, what does he need to know? What does he need to hear? What does he need to look out for? What's coming up? And stuff like that. So please 2 3. Alright, 7 of Pentacles. The Fool. This will talk about investing. Thanks, but just last question. Alright, no problem. Alright, let's see here. So this will talk about spending a lot of time at work. Making sure that things are in order sometimes, but just like a lot of time spent, invested. But this, with the Fool card, this talks about like really wanting to do something on your own, so maybe like a vacation. Let's see here, Justice, Temperance, Knight of Cups. Here's what here's what the spread speaks of. It's like you're consistent at work, you're balanced, you're trying to do everything right. But there are certain things that you do really want to do for yourself. Something about Justice, 2 3. Ace of Cups. Something about Justice, 2 3. Queen of Swords. So that can talk about a Libra individual, and then Ace of Cups, like either like an opportunity with like a Libra individual here. That's honestly, the entire thing is throwing me off. With Justice, Queen of Swords, and Ace of Cups. What is that saying? What is that saying? What is that talking about? 2 3. King of Swords, 3 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. 3 of Swords can talk about difficulties or trying to fix an issue, and then you have your King of Swords here. I don't know if you're still like legally obligated to a person or still paying somebody back. If not, I have no idea because that's throwing me off. Nothing's clicking. Again, what's that 3-card spread talking about? What is that even talking about? What is it talking about? What's this job? Spiritual. Okay. Your intuition. The Fool. Yes. That just flipped and take that back. Alright. What else here? Stop, please. Forgiveness. And then Friend. It just has nothing to do with your jobs. Justice would talk about the need to set something straight, do something right. Queen of Swords is here. I mean, this could talk about divorce or somebody that you're, again, legally tied to. And then Ace of Cups. If not, this would just talk about the need to be very direct and precise about something. And then Ace of Cups, especially when it comes to like a big opportunity or an offer. I don't know what that has to do with when it comes to your job though. And honestly, what the fuck are they talking about? What's the spiritual too? Woman of the world? A particular individual here? I'm gonna just do the spread over it because honestly, that's throwing the entire thing off. I asked for a job and they're going some other route. Matter of fact, let me use another deck. Again, guys, the ancestors are with me. So current job outlook for Maurice. Anything that they need to know, anything they need to hear when it comes to their job, anything new coming up, like what? Press up these 2, 3. 7 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles. And Hierophant. And then the Tower here. So I guess when it comes to like your job right now, 7 of Wands can talk about being defensive or the need to maybe sometimes like, you know, protect yourself or stand your ground. And then you have here 10 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. This would talk about the environment as well as higher ups. Queen of Pentacles would be about a particular woman in charge. And then the Tower would talk about mess happening in the workplace. So I don't know if like some sort of argument could erupt or something unstable could happen. Tell me about the Tower, 2, 3. High Priestess. Tell me about some of the Wands, 2, 3. Knight of Swords. That can talk about either lashing out or trying to defend your position and going after what you want here. What the hell are you guys talking about? I'm sorry. What are you guys talking about? On top of these 2, 3. Page of Cups. More, 2, 3. Page of Cups. Queen of Wands. Page of Cups, Queen of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. Here's what I get. Honestly, just be careful of workplace mess. Especially when it comes to like you know, like workplace politics, like who's right, who's wrong, gossip, that type of shit here. There could be like some sort of like back and forth or people like secretly gathering some sort of information. And I keep getting like a lot of women involved, so I don't know how that equates to that. Tell my Queen of Wands, 2, 3. 3 of Pentacles, especially somebody that may be overseeing a sector or a fire sign individual. To my 2 of Pentacles, 2, 3. Wheel of Fortune. 2 of Pentacles will talk about the need to kind of like have everything in order to make sure everything runs smoothly. Again, what do you guys want to say? 2, 3. It's all going all over the place. Something disappointing. 6 of Cups is a past. And then 5 of Wands. Honestly, it looks like there's some sort of like pettiness going on. To my 6 of Cups, 2, 3. And the Sun. But you may have a better opportunity elsewhere, or you kind of look for a way to make yourself happy. And like I said, the last spread, like that does talk about going on vacation at times. So like you've been putting in a lot of work. Maybe you need a break. That could be for one. And then the other thing here is too is again to like be careful of people around you, especially like a couple of women. I have 3 female bosses. Okay. Let's see here. What is it about these 3 female bosses that he needs to know? Why are they coming up? Why are they coming up? Press out, please. 2, 3. Why? The World. I will be going on vacation in July. All right, good. The World. So that does talk about sometimes like moving on, leaving behind a cycle. It can also talk about like observing something sometimes. Sometimes it can talk about that. 10 of Wands. And the Emperor. That's another higher up. There may be like a male above them. Strength. The Lovers. I would just say this much. Be very careful of certain things that you may say or do. They're not looking for any excuse to ping somebody, but again, These people could be wanting some sort of information. They could also just be doing a thing where they're just like closely observing the workplace and how people work with one another. It may be to appease like a particular male that could be above them with the Emperor card. Or one of them just happens to be more masculine than the others. Tell me about the Emperor. 2, 3. 8 of Swords. Oh, I see. What's somebody of Swords? 2, 3. 7 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. I think something may have happened to somebody over there. Is what that feels like. So here's what I get as far as like a job outlook. So you already confirmed like you do have female bosses and you are going on vacation. But there's also another thing to watch out there for. Watch out for certain arguments, as well as, again, when it comes to workplace politics, stay out of it. These people are digging for information, especially those bosses, for whatever reason here. And I think it could be because like something may have happened to a person. I don't think it was like anything too bad, but they may have complained. And there may be like a male, like a significant male, that's wanting to know like what's really going on there. So just be very careful of anything that you say or do. Just kind of like tend to your work is what it's basically going on around. As well as I think these people are trying to make sure that everybody is doing their job, like in general. Not to fire or anything like that, but just to kind of like, they're just keeping a watchful eye. Might be a little creepy, but that's what I get. Ooh. But that's what I get there. That's kind of weird. I would just kind of keep an eye out. Alright, Gabby, go ahead with any questions. Also, I'm gonna do namaste at Chris's. Oh, you text me when you're done. Okay. Will I get the district sales manager job I applied for? I've been applying to so many jobs and get the rejection email. I got you on that. One thing I will just tell you, like I tell everybody else, thank you, you're welcome. But like I tell everybody else, since there's other people involved, things can definitely switch up. So thank you for the reading, you're welcome. But like things can definitely switch up, so do keep that in mind. Also, give me a second. Make sure. I just want to. Okay, so let's see. It's my guys and ancestors all over me. So, will Gabby get the district sales manager job? Will she get this position that she applied for? Will she get this job? Will she stop doing that? Will she press top, please? My guys and ancestors will protect me. Will Gabby get this? Will she get this? Will she get this job? Press top, please. 2, 3. Will she? Right, 4 of Pentacles. Here's one thing I will say, and believe it or not, some of these companies, well, not some, a lot of them will do this. Don't be surprised if that position closes up and nobody gets hired, because here's what a lot of jobs are doing. Um, they're putting out like what's called like ghost jobs or something like that. So like it's something that they legally have to do. Like if a position is open in their company, then they have to put out an ad for it, like advertise it basically. But here's what they'll do. They already selected somebody, but they'll have to put it out there, and anybody that's applied, nobody really gets it except somebody in that company. So don't be surprised if that happens. Like they just decide to close up all of a sudden. Queen of Pentacles, Justice, the Fool, Two of Cups here. It's saying that you'll get better. Because there's something about this company, this like whatever it is, like that you wouldn't necessarily get along with. I feel like you're meant to get something better, and so will like everybody else that's applied. It did close up all of a sudden too. Yeah, Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, Queen of, that's a no. Nope. Some Ace of Swords. Ten of Swords, yeah, new. Ace of Swords. Some Ten of Swords, 2, 3. Nine of Pentacles. I see here. They have picked somebody, but still. Let's see here. Well, let me. Where's? I just had that. I just had it. There it is. And in how many weeks? In how many weeks will Gabby get another job that she's applied to? In how many weeks will she get another job that she's applied to? The two cards tell me off the top. 1, 2, 3. The other thing here is this too. They want you to be very discerning. Like, if you do happen to get the job, it's not as advertised like it's going to be. Like I saw with this 2 cups, there's something about like you not really vibing with the company or the people that are there. Let's see. How many weeks? Queen of Pentacles, 3, 1. So in another, like between like a week to maybe 3 weeks, so between now to maybe the beginning of next month, excuse me, or the ending of this month is when you may get a job someplace else. Maybe it was something that you're familiar with, but will you get this with this job? I'm getting a no, but if you do, just be very discerning, be very careful accepting it. But I'm getting no, but I'm getting like you're meant to get something better, more than likely. So there's that. And honestly, through some of the stuff that I've been through when it comes to jobs, like, you know, different workplaces, it might sound a little annoying, but be glad when certain places don't accept you, because the last thing you need is an asshole boss or just sketchy coworkers. Like, I came here to work, not be on a season of Bad Girls that I didn't ask for. Also, let me... But what's your last one? That's true. I don't want politics. So I already know my future, hubby. All right, let's see. Do you know who the Muffin Man is? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man. The one who lives on Drury Lane? Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man! Sorry, that triggered me. But like, that, you know, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Part of me kind of wants, not once, but thinks about getting tested for autism. But whatever. I mean, I like where I work now, but I can't deal with the kids and the entitled moms. Sounds like Baker. Hello. That's the thing. I thought about working daycare or working with kids, like at least like doing something after school. But then I gotta watch my tongue. Miss won't be like, "Hey y'all, get the fuck down." Not because I hate them. That's just how I talk.
Because I hate them.
Hey yo, close the door, please.
What?
Close the door, please.
Don't shit the laundry.
Oh, okay, my bad. I work for Wick. Ah, I am dead. Let's see. Let's see here. Does Gabby already know her future husband? Does she already know her future husband? Does she? To my guy's ancestors, they'll look at me. Does she already know her future husband? 2, 3. Do you? Do you? The Hierophant. So that's marriage. Knight of Cups. The World. You might have met this person, but I don't think you've been with them. As well as you might have, like, if you haven't met them, you've seen one of your prospects. Because, mind you, there are multiple people that you can marry. It's just a matter of like, you know, choosing wisely in your decisions. You know, because just because you can marry them doesn't necessarily mean that you should. The Hermit. I see about 3 people. Now, what do you know them though? Positive card, yes. Negative card, no. Does she know all these people? Does she? Positive card, yes. Negative card, no. 3 of Wands. That talks about a maybe, and then 4 of Cups. So 3 of Wands can talk about people that's at a distance, as well as this can talk about the not so far future or whatnot. I am dating 3 people. I see. One might be a water sign, one might be a Virgo, the other one might be like an earth sign or just have that. And then you have here the World. But here's the other thing too with the Knight of Cups. It could be somebody that you're looking at. I don't know if you're dating them though right now. Or is whoever this is represents the type of person you'd like to be with. 2 waters and earth. I see. But let's see here. Well, let me see. But I'm getting with the 3 of Wands. If you don't, these are people that you have yet to meet. It may not be too long till you meet them. I also might be saying to keep looking. Are any of the 3 people, or let's see here, let me see. Does she have potential, could Gabby potentially marry one of the 3 people she's dating currently? Could she? Positive her for yes, negative her for no. The 2 of Cups, so that's a yes. Tell me more. First off, please, 2 or 3. 6 of Cups. The 10 of Swords. 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is a yes. There is that potential. One could be a soulmate or somebody that you've known for some time, or somebody that you do kind of feel connected to. But then I have here this 10 of Swords. And then you have the 2 of Cups. So the thing is, again, I just asked if you have the potential to. And 2 of Cups is a yes. But 2 of Cups to me in this deck are 2 people that aren't necessarily smiling. So do keep that in mind for my 10 of Swords. 2, 3. Queen of Cups. Oh, I see here. So that does talk about feeling a bit disappointed. Let's see here. Should she marry any of the 3 people she's dating? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. No. 3 of Swords. Why not? Crystal, please. 2, 3. The Fool. King of Pentacles. And 9 of Wands. And then Queen of Wands is here. One might be really immature. The other one's kind of stubborn and selfish. And one may be afraid of commitment. As well as the other thing here is too is this. This talks about like right now you're young. And the last thing you need to do, is to make the wrong decision here. Especially like if you're basing it off of maybe what this person can provide stability-wise or whatnot. Let's see here. So that being said, who was the person that she'd actually marry? Who was the person that she'd actually marry? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Who? 2, 3. 7 of Pentacles. More cards. Who? 2, 3. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. Page of Cups, Four Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and then Death, and then Knight of Wands. It really depends. One of them is somebody that does take their time, as well as with the Seven of Cups, you do have multiple options, as well as like there's multiple opportunities or possibilities with this. Um, with the Queen of Pentacles, they're asking you to definitely, you know, take your time. Excuse me. Yeah, take your time to scope people out and to see what these people are really offering. Especially here, like one could also be a water sign, but here's the whole thing: pages can only offer you but so much. That can represent immature energy, and then you have here this Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords, King of Swords. That's how I don't know if like one of your spirit guides is a male air sign. Doesn't have to be. If not, this is the spirit saying like, you know, be very careful. Like of course like have your fun, do what you want, but be careful, because yeah, some people are really deceptive. Yeah, Five of Swords. Yeah, some people are like really deceptive. Hey, keep it down. Anyways, some are like really deceptive here. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, and if not deceptive towards you, then towards other people, and that's the last thing you want. Because hey, if somebody's willing to do some shicey shit towards somebody else, who's to say that they won't do it to you? And you know, some of these people can definitely cause, you know, just unnecessary conflict. Some of these people are maybe just good enough to kind of like, you know, party with or whatnot. So the thing is, to answer your question, and I'll just dig a little deeper, but to answer your question, have you met them? Yes. But again, like, there's multiple possibilities. For example, so I got a spirit baby reading like years ago. Like I asked who my guides were, and one of them was one of my spirit kids, right? And I remember asking about them later on at some point, like how will they be, like what's their personality, right? And then I asked like, okay, who could I have them with? And turns out I could have had that child with literally anybody, but either way they would have came out the exact same. That type of thing here. So the thing is with that being said, like you have many different possibilities, and with some of those people I'm just like, no. So do choose wisely. But let me ask, ultimately, who will Gabby settle down with in the future? Who will she settle down with in the future that's good for her? Who? Because probably is 2, 3. Who will be, well no, let me ask, who will be a person that is good enough for her to settle down with? Who? Chris Hotley's who? Tell me about them. Ten of Wands, could be a Sag placement. Three of Wands, this is somebody you may not have met. They could be at a distance. They may be the type of person that puts in a lot of work. The Moon, King of Swords, and Seven of Cups. I see here. Could be an air sign, doesn't have to be. But with the Three of Wands and the Moon card, this is something that you may not be able to see right now. This is also somebody that could suffer from anxiety issues, but I mean most of us do. Shit, I do. Send out the Moon, 2, 3. Wheel of Fortune here, but they may want to definitely change things around for you, as well as again with the Three of Wands next to the Moon. That lets me know that you may not have met this person. You don't know them as of yet. Things are hidden. The Wheel of Fortune does talk about the wheel spinning in your favor, so at the right time you'll meet them, which is so cliche. Tell me about Seven of Cups, 2, 3. Six of Swords could definitely be at a distance, and then if I were talking about location, the Seven of Cups could literally be saying they could be anywhere or whatnot, or things are not necessarily too clear. Because again, marriage with whomever else, marriage with anybody or whoever you meet, that timeline constantly changes. Depending on like if you're stuck on somebody, if you're trying to move forward, if you're dating multiple people, that type of thing, that type of energy constantly changes. At this point, it's like literally anything that it's just something that only God knows. But again, could be this King of Swords, could be an air sign. Tell me more. 2, 3. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. It's somebody that brings a lot of clarity to your life, and while being with this person, it kind of makes you you know, realize and reflect back on the people that you were with and how they actually were. Like, for example, like this King of Pentacles could be an earth sign or whomever. But I mean, this is somebody, they look good on paper. This is somebody that's able to provide you a lot of financial instability. However, that can be a very selfish, vain individual at times. Somebody that's kind of stubborn and stoic. May show their love through material, material things rather than actually say I love you. And then Knight of Wands is a fuckboy or somebody that's just kind of like unreliable, even if they do love you. It's just more so like somebody that's in and out, can't do certain things right. And it's kind of like this person shines a light on how certain other people were. And it's almost like you make a comparison, not because you're just trying to be like, trying to like weigh out the pros and cons. It's just more so like, when you finally get treated right, you look back and you actually see all the discrepancies all those other people provided. Three of Swords and the Fool. But you may have a choice between this person and then somebody else, maybe an Aries. It's about Three of Swords here, 2, 3. Six of Pentacles, yeah. And it's like this person will be giving. It's about the Fool, 2, 3. And then Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this person will offer you a lot of stability. What might their zodiac sign be? 1 card, 2, 3. Could definitely be a Pisces. Any other significant zodiac sign placement? 1 card, 2, 3. This is Taurus, so they may have a Taurus placement. But you may marry like a Pisces or somebody with a significant Taurus placement. Does she know this person right now? Positive proof, yes. Negative proof, no. Eight of Wands, you may or you will soon. As well as Eight of Wands is communication. So there's that, but just do remember that there's multiple possibilities, and as a married woman giving you advice, be very careful. Not saying that there's anything wrong with my marriage. It's just more so of like looking back at the people that I wanted to be with and whatnot. I'm glad I married who I did, because I would have been suffering. I would have been like that one fucking TikTok something like, you'll suffer, you're gonna suffer, huh? I know way too much of this. Or whatever the fuck they said or whatnot, right? Divorce costs a lot, so keep that in mind. And that's what I get. Hey Moon, love I sent for 2. All right. Wait, let me see this. Okay, so Moon, you'll be after Namaste. Let's see here. Or better yet, do I? No, because I can't even. Oh, thanks so much. You're welcome. Okay, so it's easier for her. I'm gonna just do yours last. All right. No. All right, Moon. You'll be after. You'll be after Chris. Um, hello. I know how this weekend will go. Let's see here. All right, let's see. All right. I think that's such a brain to me. So, how was weekend for Chris go? Like, how will her weekend go? How will this upcoming weekend go for her? Press top plays 2, 3, or this? Yeah, how will it go? Press top plays 2, 3, or this week, please. Oh, my bad. My bad. It was covered up by an emoji, so I didn't see the. I did not see the rest of it. Like, how will this upcoming week go? How will this upcoming week go for Chris? How will this upcoming week go for her? Press top plays 2, 3. How will this week go for her? Let's see. Ace of Cups, so that's love in the air. Be careful of pregnancy. If you've been doing it, 8 of Wands. Ace of Cups, 8 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Let's see, I want to know what that Ace of Cups is. I mean, that can talk about, excuse me, like really good news, a good ass offer, like something that would just like, make you, emotional in a good way. Maybe something that's communicated, and then 8 of Wands is here. Maybe some travel up ahead. I have no idea. 7 of Pentacles, investments, and then 2 of Swords. Alright. What's with Ace of Cups? 2, 3. The Tower. So like I said, I mean, Ace of Cups, I could talk about like big news of a birth. Like that can be fertility, that's good news in general, like a new emotional beginning. And then you have here the Tower, so like, this could talk about something unexpected happening. Tell me about 2 of Swords, 2, 3. The Sun. 7 Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the Sun here. So this talks about like investments, and then 2 of Swords can talk about either like you blocking something off or having to make a decision. Then you have here the Sun. Honestly, here's what this feels like. This feels like waiting for some sort of information, or waiting to kind of like relay some sort of information here. So about 7 of Pentacles, 2, 3. Queen of Pentacles. What is that talking about for Southeast 2, 3? Uh-huh.
We still have 4 oxygen.
What are you talking about? Okay, so here's one. Can you put Drano in the tub for one?
That one. I'm gonna use that one.
Can you clean the litter box while you're in there?
I can before we go to bed.
Okay. Alright, we'll go ahead.
Just letting you know if you just hear a lot of water.
Okay. Wait, what was I talking about? 2 Pentacles, so that's going back and forth about something juggling. 7 of Wands. 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords here, 2, 3. 8 of Cups. 7 of Wands. I don't know if like you were planning like walking away from somebody or something here. Because 7 of Swords and 8 of Cups, that can really just be like going somewhere without saying anything to anyone. This is juggling like how to do something. And then 7 of Wands can talk about protection. So like, I don't know if it's like having to do with your home or your connections here. It's like you want to walk away from something. I don't know. Can you close the door? Give me a second. God damn it. Anyway. The 2 of Pentacles. This is almost like trying to figure out how to do something, how to push something. Like, should she push something up front? Or should she just kind of like walk away from something, like sneakily, like evade something here without confronting it? So I don't know what that has to do with. What does this have to do with? Please, 2, 3. The Fool. 6 of Cups. Something to do with your past. Maybe that's Larry the Lobster, that dude. And then you have here the Empress, and that's you here. Like, the Fool is freeing yourself. 6 of Cups is the past, and the Knight of Swords talks about anxiety here. So, like, I don't know, there's something about, like, whether or not, like, you feel like facing an issue or just kind of sneaking away from it. So that's one thing that can happen this week. What's Ace of Cups in the Tower about? Pause of cards. I'm just not a pause of cards. I'm sorry. What is that about? Cashapp, please, 3. 8 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. 4 of Wands. Something that you've been building on, and with the Ace of Swords and 4 of Wands is like having clarity about something. Maybe it could deal with family. Let me see here. Is this pregnancy? A positive card for yes. Negative card for no. Is it? Ace of Wands. It definitely could be. I don't know if something you might find out in Leo season, if anything, if you're trying or if you're not trying. Ace of Wands is also fertility here. If that's not, that could talk about like the birth of a new project. Anything else happening this week? Alright, how else will this week go? Press top, please, 2, 3. Ace of Pentacles, that's a new opportunity or money. 10 of Pentacles and 5 of Wands. So my 5 of Wands, 2, 3. Oh my, I have been doing things. Well, here's one thing you should do. Go to CVS or the Dollar Tree and just get one of them tests. And then the Devil here. 5 of Wands and the Devil, I see here. Ace of Pentacles and again, like if this is about pregnancy, this would it would make sense. 10 of Pentacles is family, long-term family ties, and then Ace of Pentacles would talk about like a lot of money or something being handed. I think you'd have a good week, as well as there's something about like an issue that you just kind of like go back and forth about whether or not to deal with. Because either it's like, I don't know if you found out about something or you could find out about something, or it's just something that's been bothering you, but you're just like, should I deal with it or not? Let's see here. But let me see. If you have been doing things, I'll say this much. If you had your period 2 weeks ago or almost 2 weeks ago, you're a little too early to test, but you can try. Let's see. If Chris is pregnant, if she is pregnant, in how many days? In 2 cards, in how many days will she find out? 2 cards, 2, 3, if she is. Okay, so that's 9. And then 7, so maybe a little over a week on whatnot, which will line up with what I just said, like, because what was it? So when like the first day of your period, like 2 weeks from that first day is when you usually ovulate, and then 2 weeks from the ovulation day is when you have your period, right? So around the time that you may start your period, usually or whatnot, take a test. But let me see here, because I'd hate to like get your hopes up and then all of a sudden like, oh, wasn't that? Sounds about right. But let's see here. If that's not pregnancy, then what's Ace of Cups? I'm sorry. Then what's Ace of Cups with the Tower card talking about? What is that talking about? Let's hope this 2, 3. Let's see. If not that, so 7 of Wands. So that does talk about being defensive. King of Pentacles, Judgment. It would talk about like defensiveness around stability here, or the need to maybe like protect yourself or money, like a decision that needs to be made. Yeah, 10 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, surrounding like family. Where are you going?
Get my water.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Let's see here. 10 of 7 of Wands, 2, 3. And then Ace of Cups here again. Yeah, because that's about love. Is that my judgment? Give me a second. He's talking to something. You know what? He can handle himself. So my judgment here, 2, 3. 2 of Wands. Alright, so that talks about a decision about a particular direction or the future here. What's happening out there?
I didn't ask.
I don't want you to ask. I just thought you would see something.
There's wheeling someone in.
Oh. Well, let's see here. What? But anyways, someone wants an Ace of Cups, like either that or that's like holding something close to the vest, like either pushing a new beginning. I don't know, it's like a decision surrounding love, like something that may kind of come out of nowhere about like where to take things, like taking the direction of things here, and it's just like the decision you may have to make. Let's see what it has to deal with. Okay, what will this have to deal with? So these 2, 3. Okay, oh, it's like right now you're fine, but you may have to make a decision. Is what this feels like. This is 6 of Pentacles, so material and spiritual prosperity. So of course, like having everything that you need, you're balanced. Fertility. Shadow. What's it talking about? Something about shadow, 2, 3. Rest to rejuvenate here. I don't know if it, honestly, this is like one of those internal things. It's like you're fine right now, you're abundant, or you feel that way, or you're just getting to that place. And maybe there's something that you need to kind of like confront. Maybe kind of like putting on the back burner, or you're just like trying to think right now. Again, like what is all I have to talk about? 2, 3 plus 12. Alright, material harvest. Emotional withdrawal. More cards, 2, 3. Firm foundation, 4 of Wands, and then suffering in silence. Again, Ace of Cups talks about love, but that does talk about your feelings, and then the Tower will talk about a shakeup. So either like, I mean, that can be an argument. That can also be like a huge realization. I don't know if it's like emotional catharsis, like you crying or coming to like some sort of like sudden epiphany or realization. It's like everything's fine here, but I don't know if you've been pushing like your thoughts about something to the back, or a decision that you need to make here, or something that you need to kind of like see through. It's about emotional withdrawal, 2, 3. Heartache and loss. And then accelerated motion. Oh, I see here. Maybe this could be like surrounding your divorce too. Like for example, sometimes when we think we've moved on from something, we really haven't, and sometimes it can just like come on us like all at once. Next thing you know, you're crying and you're angry all over again. So it could be that. The accelerated emotional loss, and then choose wisely, and then victory and success here. Maybe I don't know, like when it comes to the whole divorce thing, kind of like ate shit up like Cheerios, it seems to me. So either like you have a big emotional release coming up, or there's a need for you to kind of like sit back and really just reflect. So if you're not pregnant or whatnot, it could just be like a realization about your feelings surrounding certain situations and people, honestly. So that's for one. Or like a huge epiphany. So let's see here. Is it pregnancy? One card tell me, is it pregnancy? 2, 3. Reward and recognition. Recognition and reward. So that's 3 of Pentacles, alright? This is talking about her emotions. One card, 2, 3. Prosperity. Patience. I see here. And then financial and material changes. Could also have to deal with money. I would say maybe more so towards your emotions. However, I would definitely consider taking a test too, just to be on the safe side. But that's what I got there. So it's pretty interesting. What's your last one? Greg did bring up moving in with me, friend. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about that. I was, but I was like, eh. Maybe that's what's coming from the other reading. May I know how things will go with Greg and I this week? Sure. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about that, but I was just like, huh, yeah, I'll take a test. Greg has been trying. Trying to do what? Spread his seed on this green earth, on Beyonce's internet. But let's see here. But if I'm not mistaken, you don't have any kids, right? I know he has one, but I don't think you had any from Larry. And good if you didn't, because, like, despite what he did, like, do you really want the father of your child's name to be Larry? Larry? I'm not gonna lie, if my husband's name was Larry, I would have told his ass to change him. Like, I'm not doing this shit. But let's see here. Absolutely not. What's their father's name? Larry. My mother's name is Christina. But she married Larry. And Larry looks like a Larry, doesn't he? I know he has a bald spot forming in the middle of his head on the top. Girl, if you don't get down from there, Daphne, get down. Get down. Get down. Give me a second. My child is running up a bill. Really? Did we fuck around and find out today? Get down. Where's the spread? Ma'am, get down now. Okay. I'll see you later. All right. Sorry about that, but let's see here. Okay, he's about to go bald. He uses that black spray. Only 34? He's only 34? Either it's the genetics or the trifling man syndrome. Do you really want your kid to have that genetic if you have a boy? Do you really want him to have alopecia at 5? I mean, ma'am, I'm gonna be like one of those mean high school girls. Like, is that really what you really want, Jennifer? Do you really want that to happen? Because we really don't want that, all right? He is bald. He can't sit with us. And he's 34? I mean, I can see like 45 or 50, but like, I can't see 34. Like, isn't Channing Tatum 34? And he's not even bald. Seriously. I'm going to, do what the Christians do, and I'm going to pray for you, but I don't agree with this. And we just want the best for you, okay? Okay? Anyway. Anyway. Guys, I'm obsessed with all over me. So how will things go with Greg and Chris this week? How will things go between them this week? How will things go with the both of them this week? Top please, 2, 3. All I'm saying is if he wants you to move in, tell him, be like, all right, put a ring on it. I know what I got going on, but if we gonna do this shit, we gonna do it. Okay? Cold turkey. So how are things gonna go? So 7 of Wands. All right, that seems to be popping up a lot. So again, I mean that does talk about standing your ground, being defensive about things, putting up boundaries. The Moon, the Empress, the Moon, the Empress, High Priestess here, Ace of Swords. Yeah, we discussed that. Good. But 7 of Wands and the Moon, I mean, that could talk about being like anxiously defensive. And then you have here the Empress here. And here's the whole thing. If you are, the Empress is definitely a card to come out because the Empress is mother. But let's see here. Why is the 7 of Wands and the Moon here? 2, 3. 5 of Wands, maybe some arguments. That can also talk about some conflict or conflicting things here. And maybe people trying to like push their case here, or just kind of like stand up for one another, or put each other's standpoints out there to the front. Let's see here. Same with the Empress, 2, 3. 7 of Cups. I won't say it causes you to be in your head, but this talks about you kind of thinking of different possibilities, or maybe you being a bit confused here. So you're deciding to maybe say to yourself, honestly, wait, let me do the spread over because here's the whole thing. It's being confusing. All right. Again here. Let's see. How will this week go between the both of them? How will this week go between the both of them? First off, please. 2, 3. How will it go? All right. Again, 10 of Swords. I can talk about endings, the world. 5 of Cups. So this talks about, you know, closing out a painful cycle. Maybe some lingering sadness and Temperance. This will talk about getting back on y'all's feet about something. About 10 of Swords. 2, 3. 8 of Swords here. I see here. It's about 5 of Cups. 2, 3. 2 of Cups. I see here. So the two of you still working certain things out. Things that may have been a bit disappointing between the both of you, or at least one of you here. But being able to kind of like move past what's had the both of you in your head and trying to regain some balance. Anything else? 2, 3. 4 of Cups. Queen of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. I see here. Maybe when it comes to emotional matters, the both of you, or at least one of you, thinking how to invest in situations, or the situation in a way to where, I don't know, the both of you aren't really like upset or disappointed. My 4 of Cups. 2, 3. Strength. Not strength here. Oh, I see here. Maybe even having like more confidence in each other in this situation. Unless in the Pentacles. 2, 3. And maybe trying to figure out how to do so. Yeah, how to build better. Anything else? Press off, please. 2, 3. He said he's going to move to my house, that he's going to change his phone number and cut certain people out of his life, as he should. Anything else here? 4 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles. Also maybe a lot of reflection and brainstorming about personal stability. Especially Greg, when it comes to his own. It's about King of Pentacles. 2, 3. Yeah, in terms of moving on. Yeah, to be better. So going alongside what you just said here, so what's going on between the both of you this week, or what happened, how the week will go? Honestly, it's like you guys leaving behind disappointments and trying to work on things as a team, and trying to maybe be more confident with each other in the situation, in the sense of like, you know, relationship that y'all got going on, and whatever else that you're trying to do, of course. Again, how to build better, as well as maybe Greg focusing more on his personal stability, which is him like kind of like moving on from certain things or people. So like he just said. So I think that's what's gonna be that for this week. So it honestly sounds pretty constructive between the both of you. Also 10 of Swords and the World. This will talk about something ending that may kind of like have you a bit nervous. but it's for the connection here, may cause a bit of a loss, maybe for the both of you. Like I know you said, like cutting certain people off. Maybe it's also like the awkwardness surrounding that, like almost like it's a shame, but it's for the both of us. I don't know what that's detailing, but that's what I get from that. But that's what I get. So honestly, it seems pretty good between the both of you. But that's nice here. Moon, go ahead with any questions. And then there was somebody else that just, and then Tierra. All right, so Tierra, you'll be after Moon. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, Akira, gotcha. All right. All right. Also, let me. Ooh. What will my next lover be like from the handmade deck? All right, let me see if I can find it real quick. So I had to put some stuff up. That's not it right there. No, that's definitely not that. Give me a second here. Oh wait, here it is right here. Never mind. Okay. I should make that bigger. Okay. Still you mean to think that I would ever have it for myself. Sorry. But let's see. It's my guys' ancestors that love to protect me. So, what will Moon's next lover be like? What will her next lover be like? And 6 cards tell me. So, please. 1, 2, 3. No, cards at the bottom, please. Cards at the bottom. What will her next lover be like? So, please, 2, 3. All right. So, come the hell on. Get so crappy. All right. This person's love language is acts of service. So this is the things that they do for you, of course. That's how they show their love. Like mowing your lawn, both literally and figuratively. Fetching the mail. Paying a bill. You might travel with this person. Don't rush things with this person. This person wears a lot of jewelry. This person has unique hobbies. This person wears contacts. Multicolored eyes. So let's see here. You have a low chance of having kids with this person, and then I like your style here. So this seems like somebody that you may honestly have a lot of fun with. But with the whole, like, you have a low chance of having kids with this person, it's not like that means like, oh, things won't last long. You may change your mind about having kids, or this man may not want kids, or maybe something around that. Maybe they can't have kids, maybe you can't, or you guys just decide to be like, eh. Or maybe at that time you guys are just like, eh, we're good off of kids right now. So let's see. Can I get one more card about this person? One more card off the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Caucasian. So it might be white. Excuse me. Alright, so tell me more about this individual. Whoever her next lover is, like based off these cards, tell me more. Please, 2, 3. Alright, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles here. King of Pentacles may definitely be an earth sign. This is a big Taurus placement, and then this is also a Virgo placement. Since these two are right next to each other, you could have something long term with them. They could also have a lot of money or come from money. Let's see here. 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and then 9. Oh, I see here. I think at the end you may decide to be single. Not gonna lie. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. 2, 3. Why is that? King of Swords. I see here. Somebody that's very intellectual, like intellectually smart, but also kind of defensive, like they're protective of themselves. Why is 9 of Pentacles here? 2, 3. Wheel of Fortune. I see it's a Wheel of Fortune. 2, 3. 9 of Wands. I see here. You're somebody that changes a lot, not in a bad way. It's just more so like, you know, everybody evolves. And then you have here this King of Swords, and then this King of Pentacles. Now here's the whole thing. Aquarius heads King of Swords, and then Taurus heads King of Pentacles. Those are both fixed signs. Fixed signs can be very stubborn. And then you have here Cancer that comes up for you, and Cancer is mutable. No. It's not mutable. It's cardinal. So to me, cardinal can go either way. And then you have here Wheel of Fortune, which is all fixed signs, but Wheel of Fortune talks about changes. And then you have here 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands here. You may decide to kind of like maybe leave this individual at some time, because maybe there's something about like evolving and the connection, or you evolving, that makes them feel uncomfortable. But still, how will the relationship go between them? Of course, how easy these two meet. 3. How will it go? The Hermit, Judgment, 9 of Wands. It'll be exciting, kind of low key. Talking about Judgment. 2, 3. Talking about Judgment here. 2, 3 here. Talking more about Judgment. 4, 2, 3. The Star, but healing. But you have here Judgment. That's like they're like being decisive. Oh, this is reviving something here. So like, maybe this is something that brings out the best in the both of you for some time. And then 7 of Cups here. This is leaving a lot up to the imagination. So there is potential in the connection, but in the end, you may decide to kind of like leave or so. But then it's right next to this 10 of Pentacles. So again, this does have the potential of going long term. So it all really depends on what happens. But that's what I get about them. What's your last one? Also, Namaste is going to be my last person, so I'm going to close this down real quick. Do you have a handmade deck for what's coming towards you? No, I don't. I can just do like I could just ask the question plainly. But that is a good idea though. If I'm not mistaken, I do have an Oracle deck for it. That I can use. A couple of them to use for that one. That just gives more. It's just a little bit more specific, but that's that. Look at that works. Yeah. All right. What's coming towards you? So give me a second. There is that one, but like, let me. Not unless I just put that one up. Let's see. Damn it, what the hell? Okay, that's not it. Give me a second. Also, I don't want this one to be messy, so. Alrighty. So let's do this. I'm gonna just do this stuff upright, but I'm gonna just shuffle. Alright. So my guys' ancestors up for so what's coming towards Moon? What's coming towards Moon? What's coming towards our cross office? What's coming towards our cross office? 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Woman holding a coin. So this is Queen of Pentacles in this deck. The World. Adjacent possibilities. Maybe some business opportunities for you. Like the World will talk about a completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And it's right next to this Queen of Pentacles. So you could, again, like have some business opportunities. Or some opportunities for maybe some creative efforts. Maybe to kind of like, you know, make some money. Okay, man holding a coin. Angel of Strength. Magician of the Mirror. Yeah, Magician of the Mirror here. Also maybe love, like somebody that you feel compatible with, at least like on a stable level, like somebody that wants the same things that you do. Could have a Leo placement here, and with the Magician card, it's something that either you're manifesting or that you definitely can manifest. Let's see here. Tell me about man holding a coin. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 7. Okay, so that will talk about your crown chakra. So maybe your intuition's been pointing you in that direction here, or you may feel like intuitively connected to them. Tell me more of like what else is coming towards her. So please 2, 3. Door to personal healing and happiness. So that would be kind of like a 9 of Cups. Door to value. Okay. And then Goddess of the Moon. All right. So you do have some pretty good things coming towards you. So door to personal healing and happiness. So there could be some sort of like window of opportunity, both financially, and in a personal sense that makes you very happy, as well as again maybe some business opportunities. Maybe people giving you money here, but with the Goddess of the Moon card, that would talk about like the High Priestess. So the need to really listen to your intuition. Like just because it looks good doesn't necessarily mean that it is. You know, like that's like the old saying. If it's too good, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Tell me about door to personal healing and happiness. 1 card, 2, 3. Yeah, the Sun. So opportunities for you to be happy, whether that's like vacationing, spending time with friends, therapy. It's about door to value. 1 card, 2, 3. Angel of Balance here. I see here. opportunity to kind of like balance out your financial situation if you've been having any trouble or you just like want more money. But again, with this, just be very discerning, because again, just because something looks good doesn't necessarily mean that it is, especially with a walking away card. Like, you may have to walk away from somebody or some sort of like situation or mindset here, as well as like, don't be afraid to leave something behind, don't be afraid to detach. But that's what I get. Akira, go ahead with any question. Thank you. You're welcome. Tara here. Gotcha. Yeah, because I'm just like, who was that? It's usually don't say the payment name out of respect for privacy, but if I'm not seeing any comment, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna say it. All right. Why was Sean comfortable asking me for money again yesterday? He's a bum. Let's see here. Ow. Sorry. Why did he feel comfortable? Let's see. It's my daughter uses this page. Oh, I see. Okay. Hey, no problem. Trust me, I'm not gonna ping you on that like, how dare you? Like, no. Alright. Let's see. My guys' ancestors that will protect me, so let's see here. Why was Sean comfortable asking Tiara for money yesterday? Like, again? Why was he comfortable asking her for money again yesterday? Cashapp, please, 2, 3. Why? Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Empress reverse. 6 of Cups, because he was able to do it in the past. Maybe he felt like he got his way in the past, or maybe with other women. Maybe it also has something to do with his age or kids. Let's see here. Page of Swords reverse and 3 of Cups. I don't know if he has this reputation of doing so with other people or not keeping up. And with this Page of Swords, maybe even sometimes lying. 9 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles reverse. I'll say this much. There's been other women that he's been comfortable enough to go towards, or other people that just like keep giving him stuff and they just allow him to drain them. Yeah, 6 of Wands reverse. Yeah, and again, like, just kind of being a bit non-stop, like being successful in the past. He did in the past. I stopped that though. That's good. I should ask when he's gonna get a job, but I mean, if he was like somebody that was like really down on his luck and just, you know, good on his word and a good person, whatever, but like, it doesn't seem like that here. Any other reason why? First off, please, 2, 3. He said he needed to borrow it, but he don't know how to borrow, so I don't do it no more. Understandable. You learned your lesson. He just got one. Let's see, any other reason? The Hermit, 7 of Cups reverse. May feel alone at times. But I mean, with the 7 of Cups and 10 of Cups reverse, I don't know if it's like... Sorry. I don't know if it's like a thing with this person to I don't know if it's known that maybe their housing or family situation isn't good, or if they're using their situation to their advantage. So honestly, I think he's doing it because he thinks he can get away with it, because he thinks he can. And like you said, like, he doesn't know how to borrow, and I do see like he's taken and just been reckless. But again, maybe he could also be feeling lonely or kind of like down in his luck. But I mean, that's not your fault. It's okay. But that's why I get that he does it. Family situation with his kids. That makes sense, because 10 of Cups reverse can talk about a unhappy family home. He stayed, he says. Well, let's see here. Upright for yes. Because the hermit can talk about also hiding certain things. Let's see here. Is he telling the truth about his family situation? Upright for yes, reversal for no. Is he? Hey, yeah, he's been sincere. Yeah, 9 of Wands. Yep. Yeah. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. And then now let's say I'm going to do yours now. Ooh. Okay, so you text me when you did my question. It was his kid's birthday and he was down and needed to borrow it till Tuesday. Oh, okay. Understandable. He said my wants have significantly changed, so we good. We set up right now. I can't. Understandable. Well, hey, if you ain't got it with him, you ain't got it. Don't feel guilty about it, because at the end of the day, it's your money, not his. But you too, bye. I'm gonna try and... If you can. Okay, all right. Well, thank you everybody that came on tonight. Everyone have a good night.